Welcome to the Parlay Giveaway. I'm your host, Joe Cortez, and this is episode 13. If you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. If you're seeing this on Instagram or Twitter for the first time, don't forget to hit that follow button. First order of business for the UFC Vegas 11 recap. We won, right? We won the parlay, kind of, sort of. We won. We didn't lose, right? And because we won, my man Ricky Ryan on Instagram won, so give him a round of applause for winning $250. It would have been $300, but Nico Price couldn't keep his fingers out of Donald Cerrone's eyeballs. But like I said, we got lucky. I mean, from Kevin Holland getting the judge's nod, I thought Darren Stewart won that fight. Honestly, I picked Kevin Holland to win because he was longer and rangier. But I honestly think Darren Stewart kept it really close. It wasn't a robbery, but I thought Darren Stewart won. A lot of people gave me shit for picking Mackenzie Dern, but Randa Marcos did exactly what I thought she was going to do. She was going to end up in Dern's guard, and then Dern was going to go to work. If you don't know Mackenzie Dern, look her up. She is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champ. She's one of the best females to do Jiu-Jitsu ever. If she was going to end up in Dern's guard, which I thought she was going to do, she was just going to get wrapped up like an anaconda. That's exactly what happened. And it wasn't even... Mackenzie Dern went for a leg kick. She slipped, and then she ended up on the ground, and Marcos came down into her guard. A bad strategy, if you ask me. You deserve to lose that fight. I thought it was going to go that way anyway, but Dern was going to, force you into that situation. Crazy. The Johnny Walker fight, that could have went either war. I was back and forth with that one. I was this close to picking Ryan Spann. And it was just a toss-up. Again, some people gave me shit on Instagram for picking Johnny Walker. MMA heads, he goes, I'd switch him out. I don't know. I didn't know about that one. So Johnny Walker, I felt like his back was against the wall after a couple of losses, and he needed to, come back strong, which he did, right? He ate a couple of punches, and he did what he needed to do to win this fight. I mean, that's all it was. It was a backyard brawl. At the end of the day, it lasted, like a minute? Backyard brawl, boom. Done. Johnny Walker for the win. Kazmat, we all knew. I mean, if you don't know, Kazmat versus Gerald, that was the kid's a future champ. End of story. Gerald didn't stand a chance, really. I mean, usually, people have. There was no discussion. I don't think anybody put money on Gerald ever, right? And right before the fight, it went from a minus 370 favorite to like a minus 540 favorite. So, it was going in that direction. We all knew Kazmat's going to win, and he did it in crazy fashion with that right hand that just crushed Gerald. So, and by the way, I'm not saying Gerald's last name because I can't pronounce it, and that's that. All right. Nico Price versus Donald Cerrone. This is where we got super lucky because Nico should have lost that fight. I mean, or we're just lucky in the judge's eyes that he didn't, because I think one judge had it for Cerrone and the other two had it as a draw. So we're just lucky. We're just super lucky that it didn't go Cerrone's way, especially with him being just the favorite every single time that he fights. With the eye pokes and the just being weird afterwards. Now listen, when I pick these fights, I'm not using emotion. I'm not like, well, because I'm a huge Donald Cerrone fan. But I think he's done, and, I mean, he showcased, of course, that he's not done against his fight against Nico Price. He ate a couple of punches. He pushed the fight. He did a great job. But, at the time when I was making the pick, Nico Price just seemed like the more reasonable choice. And I thought he was going to win the fight. We're just lucky that it ended up as a majority draw, and that my bookie goes from it being it acts as a tie, right? And it goes from a 6-fighter parlay to a 5-fighter parlay. We're just lucky, right? And then after all said and done, we had to watch Colby Covington just absolutely be dominant against Tyron Woodley, right? That's the main card. Colby Covington, again, no emotions involved. Feel how you want to feel about Colby Covington. He's controversial, with the whole MAGA thing and everything like that. That's fine. I don't care. Like that, none of that shit bothers me, right? All I care about is the fighting, right? I'm making bets. I'm putting my money on the line. I am making bets, right? Yeah, I'm Colby, we all knew. Even if you're not a Colby Covington fan, we all knew what was going to happen. And exactly what happened is what I knew was going to happen. Tyron Woodley's not going to be... We're talking about two D1 wrestlers, number one. So the wrestling cancels itself out. Not really, though, because Colby hit a good double leg and took him down. And then after that, you go from striking and stamina, right? Colby. It tips towards Colby's side. So that was going to happen. We all knew that was going to happen. Tyron Woodley had a popped rib, which sucks. You can't breathe if that's ever happened to you. You know, I was like inverted, fighting for an armbar once, and just the guy put all his weight on top of me, popped my rib. It's terrible. I popped my rib a couple of times in college when I was wrestling. It's a terrible feeling. You can't breathe. You can't move. It sucks. Some people can fight through it. Tyron didn't want to, and I don't blame him. For what? He's in the 5th round. He was losing. What am I fighting for right now? I just don't blame him. But Colby Covington was dominant like we knew he was going to be. So, good for him. He had the president calling him afterwards. I mean, that's pretty cool. No matter who you are, you got the president calling you after your fight. That's pretty cool. Come on. That's a pretty cool thing. So, congratulations to Colby Covington. I think for him next, it's either Masvidal or Leon Edwards, and then if he wins, he gets the rematch against Kamaru. I think Leon Edwards should fight Kamaru Usman tomorrow. I think he deserves a title fight, but for some reason, he's getting railroaded, and I think he's going to end up fighting Covington, and then the winner of that fights Kamaru. So we'll see. Kamaru is a nightmare for anybody, though, no matter who wins. Now, let's get into this weekend's fights. UFC 253. It's a little bit of a wild card, especially the co-main and the main event. I actually liked this Vegas 11 card better than this 253 card. I'm still gonna buy it, right? But it is what it is. If I pronounce these fighters' names wrong, please don't chop my head off. All right? I'm a complete moron. And I can't pronounce names. Right? So Zubaira versus Tukhugov versus Hakeem Dawodu. Now, again, pretty even as far as the odds go. I think minus 115 each of them on my bookie, but I'm gonna go with Zubaira Tukhugov. One, because he's a Russian that wrestles with Khabib. I don't know if Hakeem Dawodu has a big wrestling pedigree. I don't know, actually. I tried looking that up, but I just don't know. And also the travel from Canada, which is where Hakeem is from, to Fight Island. So I think that's going to be a tough one for Hakeem. Good fight. I think the Russian pulls it off. All right, the next fight, Ketlen Vieira versus Zubaira Eubanks. Now, Zubaira just fought 2 weeks ago, I think on September 12th, and she won the decision. She's been pretty impressive and pretty active, so she's like on a roll, She's comfortable. I don't think she's going to be as, the butterflies, by the, like in wrestling tournaments, by the time your 3rd, 4th match is around, you're either like, let's get this shit over with. Let's go, so she's more productive as of late. But Ketlen Vieira, I saw her fighting Irene Aldana. I think she was doing pretty damn good against her, and she's a beast, Irene, right? I was impressed with her striking abilities, and she got caught by Irene and got knocked out. It could happen with Zubaira also. Again, pretty even fight. I think Zubaira is the underdog. Let's see what her plus 140 underdog, and Ketlen is a minus 170. So we're gonna go. I'm going with Ketlen only because longer, taller, rangier. And she does have really good striking. So it's going to be an interesting fight for Zubaira Eubanks. I think Ketlen pulls it off. I think she gets the decision. She outpoints her. If she can protect her mug from Zubaira, because she can hit. That girl can hit, right? Kai Kara France versus Brandon Royval. I just don't think Brandon's up for the challenge right now. He's a beast. He's a great fighter. Kai Kara France has a lot of hype behind him. I think he pulls it off. I think he lives up to that hype and pulls it off. Now, the co-main event and the main event, right? So the co-main is wild. And this is, my pick is probably going to piss some people off, of course. Destroy me in the comments. I don't give a shit, right? But I'm picking Jan Blachowicz over Dominic Reyes. Why? There is no reason why. It's a gut feel. I'm going with my gut, pure gut on this one, all right? My gut tells me I have Dominic Cruz written down here like an idiot. All right, Dominic Reyes. There's no rhyme or reason. I think Jan Blachowicz is going to win. That's it. I mean, I think he's going to push the fight. I think he's going to move forward. I think his jiu-jitsu is better. I think his takedowns are better. His grappling is better than Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes is an absolute nightmare. I understand that. I know the fight that he put up against John Jones. I think he won, in my opinion, but I'm not going to go off of that, right? I can't stand. We're talking about Jan Blachowicz versus Dominic Reyes, right? And then you go, but look at what Dominic Reyes did against John Jones. I don't care. I do not care. That's not the fight that I need to be worried about. The fight that I need to make a bet on is Jan Blachowicz versus Dominic Reyes, okay? And it's scary. And I do think, I don't care what anybody says, I do think Dominic Reyes won that fight and John Jones moved up to heavyweight for a couple of reasons. One, who's Dominic Reyes? Does he have a name behind him? Am I going to get a lot of money fighting a guy who beat me the first time? He didn't get the judge's nod, but beat me the first time. Am I going to fight this guy again for what? The same amount of money? Just to lose my title? I'm just going to go to heavyweight and have these heavyweight fights, these big name fights, and make a lot of money and call it a career. John Jones, that's the right move, right? That's the right move. Dominic Reyes now has to fight this beast, Jan Blachowicz, who's been on a roll. The guy is scary. He's absolutely scary. Oh, I just got an email from my bookie saying that the money was deposited into my Cash App. So there we go. Sorry for the hiccup here, but let me see if that's what it says here. Boom. Yep, your Bitcoin has been deposited into your Cash App. So right after this, you're gonna get the money, brother. All right. Anyway, right back into it. So Jan Blachowicz, he's a beast. I think he's going to push the fight. I think, he can strike with him. I think he can stand in the middle of the octagon. And then when it goes to the ground, I think he has better skills than Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes needs to keep this fight on top, standing up, because Jan is a beast. Jan's a beast all around. I don't think he's getting the credit. He's my underdog fighter for the week. All right. I think he's a plus 210. Yep, plus 210. He's my underdog fighter for the week. And I think he's going to pull it off against Dominic Reyes. Now, to the main event. But before we go to the main event, I have to take a piss. All right, we're back. All right, so the main event, Izzy Adesanya versus Paulo Costa. Now, this is an insane fight, and I'm going to pick Israel Adesanya. I just think it's going to go to distance. I think he can weather Paulo Costa's storms, right? The little spurts that he brings. I think he can weather him. I think he's a smarter fighter than Paulo Costa. And if he doesn't finish him, then it's going to go the distance, obviously, right? But if he does finish him, I think fourth round, or it goes the distance, okay? It may be a closer fight than that, but I just think Izzy gets it done. I think Israel Adesanya gets it done. I mean, the kid's he's I don't see anybody beating him. I just don't see anybody. I don't think Paulo Costa has the skills to beat Israel Adesanya. He's a stand-up fighter, Paulo Costa, right? And I think if anybody beats Israel Adesanya, it's going to have to be like a hardcore, in-your-face wrestler that's willing to eat kicks and eat the punches as he closes the distance, get that fight up against the cage, dirty boxing, wrestling, and I don't think Costa is going to do that. If he does, he has a shot. But Izzy gets it done. Right? So, listen, this is the recap, all right? For UFC 253, this is my Parlay Giveaway cash contest bet. Israel Adesanya for the win. Jan Blachowicz for the win. Kai Kara France for the win. Ketlen Vieira for the win. And Zubaira Tukhugov for the win. Those are 5 fighters. The payout's $500. All right? So, my bookie shows that I get a $1,000 payout. I share 50%. I match 50% of my winnings, and I cash app it to somebody who follows me. comments, all that. Interacts with my page, with my YouTube, with my Instagram, or with my Twitter. Okay, that's what we do here. All right, the payout's $500. Not too shabby. 5 fighters, very possible, very doable. All right, let's keep this rolling. All right, let's keep this rolling. I'm on the comeback from my little hiatus. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad for all the love that people showed me on Instagram. And listen, tell your friends about it. Tell everybody about it, right? As we get more followers, as this channel grows, or this, whatever this is, whatever you want to call it, podcast, whatever. As it grows, I'm going to be betting on more fights, bigger prizes, more sports, all right? So it's been a little bit of a weird year with COVID-19 and everything. Everything's on the squash. But especially if we can grow this channel by next year, when basketball starts up again, and baseball starts up again, and football starts up again, I'll start betting on those. Baseball, that's a parlay every fucking day, baby. You know what I mean? So let's grow this channel, right? There we go. The Bitcoin deposit completed. Ricky Ryan's gonna come to you, my man. I just got the notification. All right. So tell everybody about this fucking channel. Let's grow it, okay? I'm willing to go up against Barstool Sports, which 100% I'm gonna lose, right? But I'm willing to go up against the Barstool Bet fellas, right? Because I'm giving away the money. I mean, it's not as much money as they're making, but whatever. All right, 50%. I match 50% and I give it away. All right. This is the Parlay Giveaway. That's my time here. I am Joe Cortez. Peace.